How's it going, guys? My name is Franco and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be covering Koinly, which is a cryptocurrency tax software that can be accessed straight through your computer. And with tax time just around the corner here in Australia, obviously it is May and we're coming up on the June, July end of financial year. So that means taxes are coming. In the cryptocurrency space, it can be very hard to track all of your transactions as well as calculate your capital gains, capital losses, how long you've held each and every cryptocurrency for. These are all considerations that, to do this manually would be very difficult, but thankfully there are softwares like Koinly that I've been using now for the past couple of years and has helped me lodge my taxes all by myself, save me using an accountant of any sorts. So what Koinly will do for you guys is Koinly calculates your cryptocurrency taxes and helps you reduce them for next year. Simple and reliable, available in over 20 countries. And obviously they've got a bunch of different stamps of approvals, and you can see all the different countries and federal agencies that they operate under. But before we do jump into the video, of course, guys, we are sitting at 641 subscribers as of the time of recording, so let's bump that up to 700 subs. It'd be much appreciated. And obviously if you're here and we're already at 700 subs, let's push it up for 800. We are going for 1000 subs hopefully sometime this year in the coming months, so it'd be much appreciated if you hit that subscribe button. If you do enjoy the content, remember to hit the thumbs up, push this video further out into the algorithm, as well as leave any comments or questions that you may have down below. It's much appreciated. I'll try and respond to you as soon as possible. Okay, so let's quickly go through a couple of the things that Koinly advertise themselves as doing. So obviously, Koinly simplifies your taxes. That is the whole idea. So what you do is you import, it's not going to let me highlight that, but you import your trades from each and every different exchange. We'll go through all this and how it works in Koinly itself. So you can see that you can add your exchange accounts via AIP or CSV files and connect your blockchain wallets using public addresses. Hang on, yep. Alright, so preview your capital gains. So once you import all of this data, it's going to calculate, obviously when you bought it, it's going to come up with a cost basis for you. And that way you can track your portfolio. So this part of the feature is absolutely free to use, but if you want to generate an actual tax report, that's where you're going to have to get charged for using the software. But you can just use this for portfolio tracking, which is really handy. Like importing all your trades, importing your exchange data, and it'll keep track of your return on investment over time. And then obviously tax loss harvesting, easily visualize the impact of selling your assets before your tax year ends. So it does have some new like optimized features where you can look at potentially what you could sell in order to improve your taxes. Maybe there's some things that you could sell prior to the end of the financial year and claim as a loss and claim as a tax deduction. Or maybe you could sell some things maybe this year that are long-term holdings or something like that. It does give you good visual ideas of how that all works. And of course you can download your tax documents, so you can generate a variety of different tax reports that you would then use in your eventual tax declaration, whichever country you're in, and that will support your case. And hopefully, assuming that you've tracked or put all your data in properly, it'll have all your information up to date and up to speed. Okay, so let's go through how to make an account now. So it's pretty simple. So we can just press this sign up button, and then all you need is a name, email, and password. So I'll put that in some of my details now, and I'll create a brand new account for the sake of this video. Okay, once you put in an email, you got to pretty well come up and say, are you an individual, business, or an accountant? So I think for most cases, you're going to be an individual. And then you can see it comes up, so review your settings, tax reports, and portfolio tracking. So we'll just go with this. Most people, I think, are going to want to use the portfolio tracking. Obviously, that's a pretty big feature, but it's really for those tax reports to make sure that you've got something tangible to put with your tax declaration, essentially, that the government can review. All right, now here's where we come into adding our wallets. So you can see we've got an absolute variety of cryptocurrency wallets. Up to 18 pages. I'm sure if you were to go through all of these, like, I don't know any of these cryptocurrency exchanges, there's so many. So generally speaking, the few exchanges that I use, I haven't had any issues with finding with finding, you know, that particular exchange. I'm sure there's maybe some exchanges that aren't on here, maybe if they're brand new exchanges, but these ones in particular are very, very good. Or sorry, the ones that they've got, you know, generally they're going to have all the really, really good exchanges. They're going to have majority of exchanges. I haven't had any issues, but in saying that, I'm sure there are a few that aren't on here. So do keep that in mind. But for starters, we'll just start off with the crypto.com app, just for the sakes of this video. All right, and then we can import, or we can just create without data for now. We'll create without data for now, and then we should be able to continue. All right, and here we go. So you can see at the moment, obviously we haven't imported any data, so we're at a 0 total value, 0 cost basis, and 0 unrealized gains. If we have a look at our wallet, we've got the crypto.com app, because we added that. And then obviously if you got more exchanges, you can, you know, you don't have to add these all in straight away. You can just take your time and import your data as you go along. But you can see, you know, we've got, you know, add them as you go. You know, if you start using a new exchange, add that one as well. Obviously transactions, we don't have any transactions, and then tax reports for 2024 and 2023. And the good thing is as well is that you can also go back in time and look at different tax reports prior. So I say last year, you know, you maybe you did your taxes, but you know, you still want that report there, just for the sake of it. You can always go back and do it at a later date. I wouldn't advise that. I would, you know, probably have the tax report ready and uploaded when you do your taxes. But you know, if you want to do that at a later date, obviously you can do that. And as you can see, you can select the report that you do. Obviously here in Australia, we would do like an ATO report for my tax. But you know, there's a whole variety of different ones, and then we can download that report, but obviously we need to pay for that. As you can see also, you know, obviously at the moment, capital gains and losses are at $0, income, cost expenditures, all those different things, they're all at $0 at the moment, because obviously we haven't imported any data, but you know, Koinly will track all of this. Okay, so let's get into some, adding some data in. So obviously, we are going to use crypto.com for the sakes of this video. So we can click on this and it'll come up with the import file. When we click on that, you can see it comes up with a full description, and this is the same with every single app or every single exchange that you want to go and use. So if we have a look at wallet, if we go add excuse me, new wallet, even if you just go to something like Coinbase and you want to import a file, just see it give you a full detailed instructions on how to do it. So sign into your Coinbase account, head to your profile in the top right corner, select reports, generate report, CVS next to the CVS report, select generate report. So a lot of these you're going to either sync the actual exchange. So some of these you do have the option to sync, which will, you know, and then you can automatically sync it without importing files. But a lot of these other ones, you do have to actually go in and download the CVS report and then import that into Koinly. But please, it's not really a hard thing to do. And of course, there are YouTube videos as well if you do find it too hard. I mean, you know, simply click on the link,
and I've made over $10 million online. Do not start an online business in 2023.
Want to do your Coinbase taxes fast?
That might be really loud, but as you can see, you know, they've got a full detailed how to download the report. You can see he goes into Coinbase, he generates his report, yada yada yada. So if you're ever, you know, worried about how to import these different files for the variety of different exchanges, you know, they have all detailed explanations and videos on how to do it, so you really shouldn't struggle. But we'll go into crypto.com and we'll import a file. So we've got some data to show you guys. So obviously, I'll put a video up on screen for you guys showing this, but open the crypto.com app, select accounts from the bottom of the screen, select the clock icon, transaction history in the top right corner, select the export select the export icon in the top right corner, select crypto wallet, yada yada yada. Alright, and if you're struggling with this, of course, go back and watch the video, but I will just quickly import a file, just any random file. So you can see I've got some saved from prior transactions, obviously crypto transactions record CSV. All right, so then we import that. All right, and as you can see, 17 transactions have been added. So if we go back to wallets, and you can see that we, you know, now we've got some CRO and Australian dollars. And then once we go back to the main page, it'll show that now we've got $250 worth of crypto. You can see that our cost basis is $261, and we've got an unrealized gain of $10. And there you can see it will also show all of your holdings with your cost basis, and then your market value currently, you know, based on what Koinly thinks the value is, and then obviously your total balance. So this is really good as well. If you've got multiple exchanges, if you have 5 or 6 or 7 exchanges that you use for whatever reason, whether that's, you know, safety and security, or, you know, you're just trying to optimize, you know, get the benefits of each exchange, and you've got, you know, crypto all over the shop essentially, and it's hard to keep track of. You know, Koinly is really good for centralizing all of this data and allowing you to just have a quick visual. Like, it's very clear, right? If I had CRO on a different wallet, say I had 1,000 CRO on, you know, Coinspot or something, and I sync my Coinspot wallet to this, well then, you know, it would have my entire balance there and it would show me, which is really handy. And then you can see if we go to transactions, here you can see we've got a variety of different transactions. So obviously our cashback. So I mean, not every exchange is going to have cashback, but you know, crypto.com obviously does have cashback. Rewards, you can see are tagged here. Reward, we bought $250 worth of CRO, so that's on there. Reward. Now, of course, you know, most people's crypto transaction history isn't going to look like this if you're not using, you know, something that has rewards and cashback. But you know, in the case of crypto.com, you know, yes, you can see, you know, lots of different cashback rewards, and it does, you know, label all these buys, rewards, deposits, and a variety of different things. And I forgot to mention, you can see just on the chart here that you can see the blue line is our value and the dotted line is our cost basis. So earlier in the week, you know, that's a good thing. We just imported this data, yet it backlogs it all and makes it all, you know, dates it back to when, you know, the transactions came in. So you can see that when we, just after we bought that crypto on the 3rd of May, that we were in profit. We were 2% up. And then since then, we're now 3.83% down. Because obviously there has been a small correction in CRO, but you'll see with time, as you buy and sell cryptocurrencies, obviously your market value is going to change, but also your cost basis will change from time to time. All right, and then we got our tax optimization. So you can see this is in beta, so there's still, you know, it's not 100%, but from what I've seen, it is pretty accurate. I haven't seen any issues with it. I think they've just put beta here because it is a new feature, but you can see it breaks down your, obviously normally there would be more assets on the table, but you can see that we've got our CRO that we've just bought, you know, at what rate we bought it at, market value, or sorry, the current AUD rate, the market value, and the potential gains. So obviously because these transactions that we imported are only, you know, about 2 weeks old, give or take. Where was I? So these are only 2-week-old transactions. So obviously all of our potential gains are going to be short-term potential gains. So you can see that we're, if we were to sell right now, you know, as a tax optimization, we would, you know, a short-term gain of, you know, negative $9.98. So if we had some long-term holdings that we'd been holding for at least a year or maybe even longer, these would come up in the long-term potential gains or losses, of course. So, you know, your long-term gains are taxed less than your short term. So typically, you know, this is different between every country, but short-term capital gains, so if you've held an asset for less than a year, if you sell it, you get taxed at the full tax rate. But if you hold something long-term, so typically 12 months or longer, and then you sell it, you'll get, you know, you'll only have to pay tax on, say, like 50% of what you gain. So it's pretty good to sell your assets after a long-term holding, and it's really good that Koinly can break this down, especially, you know, in the coming months up to tax time. You know, you can have a look at this and say, okay, well, my short-term gains are this, my long-term gains are this. You know, maybe you just want to sell some of your long-term gains in order to, you know, optimize your taxes so you're not paying that higher tax rate. And you can see that Koinly will come in and do all of this for you. Okay, so say that hypothetically this is all the transactions that we had and we were ready to generate a tax report. We simply go to tax reports for 2023 and 2024, and you can see that we've had no capital gains or no capital losses. Now, obviously that would be different. Now you can see our income. So our income, that is because of like the cashback and everything like that. But let's have a look at some of the plans that Koinly have on offer. So now this is going to be based on, you can see Honey's going, or Cooper is going ballistic, trying to get me some discounts. No discounts. Going to use my referral code, which I'll get to later. So you can see that these, the rate at which they charge is based on the total amount of transactions. So I think for most people, like if you're buying cryptocurrency every week, you might have 100 transactions. You're probably not going to have 1,000, right? Say you buy, Bitcoin and Ethereum every week, 52 weeks of the year, that's 104 trades. You'll be in the hodler transactions section. But if you're someone, you got to consider, obviously, if you're using something like crypto.com, where you can see, some days I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 transactions, because I'm, got a lot of cash back for whatever reason. I don't know what I was shopping, and you get some rewards or something. Those transactions can really rack up quite quickly. So you do have to consider that, but you can just wait until the end of your financial year and see exactly how many transactions you've had, and then just buy based on that. You don't have to speculate in advance by any means. So just wait till the end of your your tax year. Wait till July 1st, and then see how many transactions you've got. They'll calculate the amount of transactions that you've got, and you can just buy however many you want. So you can see some of the rates that are on offer and promo codes. So if you do decide to go ahead and use Koinly, guys, go to the video description of this video. There's a link for Koinly, and that will give you the promo code, and you guys will get $40 off your first crypto tax report, which is pretty good. I mean, in terms of a percentage, you might be getting like 30% off, which is pretty good. And as we said as well, you can even go back throughout the years. Now, of course, it's pretty pointless on this particular account because I've only just added a couple of transactions in. So obviously there's no transactions on this year, but you can go in and pay and generate a variety of different reports, which is really what this is for. I think, yes, tracking your portfolio and everything is handy. If you want to just use Koinly for that, please go ahead. It is really good at that. But it is extra important keeping track of your taxes. You don't want to get pinged for doing the wrong thing, essentially. So use Koinly. It's a software. It's relatively priced, I think. Look, there's nothing quite like this out there. And if you are only, if you're someone who just does a few transactions every year, $150, tax, even this Koinly thing is tax deductible, so claim this on your taxes as well. It turns out to be a pretty good value for what you're getting, and it ensures that you've got all your taxes in place, which is really important. So guys, please consider using Koinly if you are interested. Remember, link in the video description to get $40 off your crypto tax report. There's nothing quite like this, I don't believe, and and it's super simple to use, super user friendly, obviously, with all of the all of these tutorials and everything, videos. You're not going to struggle using Koinly. It is quite straightforward and simple to use, so do consider using. Remember, guys, if you did enjoy this video, to hit that like button, and of course hit the subscribe. I don't have a subscribe button, but hit that subscribe button. Let's push up to 700 subs, and let's push up, if you are if you're here and we're already at 700 subs, guys, let's push up to 1,000. That is the goal for this year. So thank you all for watching. Hopefully you guys are able to use Koinly and it helps you guys out. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. I'll definitely help you guys out. But for now, I'll see you in the next one.